found none. Cut it down. Why cometh thou the ground? And he answered him, saying, Lord, let it alone this year also, till I shall dig around it and dug it, and if it bear fruit, well, and if it not, then after that thou shalt cut it down. The main reason why I brought that text to the forefront as we're talking about being a helper is to show us that even in the capacity of a helper, there are certain great expectations. And just by being in the capacity of a helper, you can find yourself in certain environments where you might have not otherwise been, except to be a helper. Why is a fig tree in a vineyard? A vineyard is a place where grapevines are. We're not talking about an orchard. We're talking about a vineyard. So why is a fig tree in a vineyard? And the obvious answer is that the fig tree started off as just a supporting stick for the vines. But by reason of it being placed in the soil and having access, sometimes all that you need is the access. Sometimes all that you need is to get in. You can get some jobs that will never be able to get into except maybe as maybe as a secretary, maybe as a receptionist. But all that we need is the opportunity to get in. So it doesn't matter how we get in. Once we get in, then we have all the rights and the privileges. The vineyard, or the fig tree, had all of the rights and the privileges, just as all the vines, even if it started off as a supporting or in a supporting role as a piece of stick. I'm going to leave that there and we'll revisit it as we come to the end of tonight's discussion. Our main text for tonight is found in 1 Samuel. 1 Samuel chapter 18, and actually 1 Samuel chapter 25, that should be, and verses 18 down to verse 28, 18 through 28. I'm going to try to take my time because I tend to get excited, from time to time. So I'm going to, take my time so that we can get the message across. And whatever time the Spirit of God takes over and the excitement comes on, then I will try not to quench that, but I'll start by taking my time again. 1 Samuel 18 and verse, 1 Samuel 25, 18 through 28 will say, and David said unto Saul, whom I am I in the right text? Oh yes, I am not in the right text. First chapter 20. I said the right thing, but I went the wrong place. 25, 18. All right. Then Abigail made haste and took 200 goats and 2 bottles of wine and 5 sheep ready dressed and 5 measures of parched corn and 100 clusters of raisins and 200 cakes of figs, and laid them on asses. And she said unto her servants, go on before me, Behold, I come after you. But she told not her husband Nabal. And it was so that as she rode on the horse, that she came down by the covert of the hill, and behold, David and his men came down against her, and she met them. And David had said, surely in vain have I kept all that this fellow hath in wilderness, so that nothing was missed of all that pertained unto him, and he hath requited me evil for good. So and more also do God unto the enemies of David, if I leave of all that pertain to him by the morning light against that pisseth against the wall. And when Abigail saw David, she hasted and lightened off the horse of the ass that should be, and fell before David on her face, and bowed herself to the ground, and fell at his feet, and said, upon me, my Lord, upon me let this iniquity be, and let thine handmaid, I pray thee, speak in thine audience, and hear the words of thine handmaid. Let not my Lord, I pray thee, regard this man of Belial, even Nabal, for as his name is, so is he. Nabal is his name, and folly is with him. But I, thine handmaid, saw not the young men of my Lord, whom thou didst send. Now therefore, my Lord, as the Lord liveth, and as thy soul liveth, see, the Lord hath withholden thee from coming to shed blood, and from avenging thyself with thine own hand. Now let thine enemies and they that seek evil to my Lord be as Nabal. And now this blessing which thine handmaid hath brought unto my Lord, let it even be given unto the young men that follow my Lord. Thanks be unto God for the reading of his holy word. Amen. And we see a woman in her position as a helpmeet. So let's check out this woman. The woman has her beginning in the beginning. In Genesis 2 and verse 22 is our first encounter of this woman. She is also at the ending of this story. If you turn over to Revelation chapter 17 and verse 18, chapter 17 and verse 18, we will find this woman, or woman. So she's had this entire book, the Holy Bible. She's in the beginning and she's in the ending. From her very creation, she was created for a specific role. There was a need, and she was created to fill that need. It was not a want. Or one of the animals might have been able to accomplish that. No, it was a need. So the woman should not be wanted, but she should be needed. That is from the Genesis of God, from the beginning, that she was not to be wanted. She was not just to be tolerated, but she is to be needed. That's how God intended it to be. And need speaks of necessity. It means that it is something that is necessary. The original need that he had is with Adam. Why? responsibility of starting up several businesses. Fishes of the sea. Fishing, that's an industry. Birds of the air. Remember, these are the things that God gave him dominion over. Birds of the air. Hunting, that's an industry. Cattle of the field, that speaks of butchery, that's an industry also. Fruits and plants of the field, farming, also an industry. So God gave Adam instruction to take charge and to start these businesses. And let's take note that while there were businesses that he was supposed to take care of, there was dual function. There was a dual function because it was also to take care of the home. In all of that, God recognized that Adam needed help. It was way too much for me. It was beyond me. And it was time to get I had a meat for Adam. God spoke of the need first, even before Adam was created. He said, let us make man so that we can take care of these things. Even before Adam was created. Because the need was there. So Adam was also created to fulfill a need. Or maybe to recognize that they too were created to fulfill a need. And that's in keeping with the character of the God that we serve. That everything that he creates is to fulfill a heaven or a kingdom agenda. It's for kingdom purpose. It is always for kingdom purpose when he does something. So again, the purpose and the function do it. The same fishes for business were also for the home. It was in that capacity that God recognized that he had to remedy the situation. Woman was thought of. And I wonder, how is it that God did not create another Adam? Why did he create another man? He could have. He had created one. So he could have created another man. Yes. That simply means that there is something in the woman that is unique to be the helper for the man. It's interesting to note that the original name of the woman is not woman. God did not say, let us make woman. He said, let us make a helpmeet. Take note of that. And I can just hear the introduction as God made Eve, or made the woman, and brought her to the man. And his introduction might have something like this. Help meet Adam. Adam meets help. So her original name was help. Help meets Adam.
Yes.
Adam meets help.
Yes.
From the moment that introduction took place, the woman the woman was dead. While he was looking at the wood, the woman's eyes looked and saw that it was not straight. And informed me that it was not straight. Because to leave it in that position might be detrimental to sometime later. In the case where there is a fire and he needs to stomp out that fire, he had 2 extra pairs of feet, or an extra pair of feet, I should say, to help him stomp out that flame. Therefore, we cannot underestimate the function of the woman to the man. For in helping to stamp out that flame, it prevented the environment from becoming a blaze. So again, God called her woman and Helen, but Adam calls her woman. It was Adam who called her woman. That's right. And it's not a contradiction. Let's not think it's a contradiction that God called Eve, as we now call her Eve, Helen, and Adam calls her woman. It's in carrying out the original function that he sees the worthiness to be called by his name. Remember, woman is the part of the man. So the original function was for her to help. And in doing that, in fulfilling that original function, she becomes worthy of carrying his name. That is the reason why a man, when he finds a woman that is engaged in her original function of being a helper, a real helper, that he will marry that woman. And when he marries that woman, she takes on his name. It continues even unto today. And let's not for any moment think that being a help or being in the capacity of a help, and Adam being the one that is being helped, that there's any supremacy, but rather worthiness. It is a physical demonstration of the spiritual cloak with which he honors and covers from when he gives her name. So you know